we have here. But these data are speaking to us. And there've been a lot of argument, especially from different camps. For those in the camp of Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu and those in the camp of Haji Atiku Abubakar, they say this poll is a scam. That is not true. That is not a reflection of what the actual election would be. But like we said, this is not the first time NOI polls are conducting polls for presidential election in our country. They said President Muhammadu Buhari was going to win the election twice. He won the election. They said Jonathan was going to win the election when he won it. Jonathan won the election. They said Jonathan would lose. Jonathan lost the election. I'll start with you now, Barrister. Do you think if you were to be a politician at this point in time, at the national level, will you discountenance the result of the polls as being fictitious, or you take a second look at it?
Well, no wise person would discountenance the outcome of any poll. Poll is it's an occurrence that cuts across countries. It's a global stuff. So it's not something that you can just wish away. However, we must put on record. I'm confident that the NOI, I'm very familiar with the NOI. I've done a couple of work with them before. I know that they do very thorough work. However, even in the United States of America, polls have failed pundits. So polls are not 100% sure. Now, and besides that, there are a lot of factors. So you can see that there's been changes in the data right from beginning to the end. In politics, we say that 24 hours is like 10 years. Okay, there are a lot of factors that will play out. For instance, you will see that from the poll, it was random sampling. What random sampling means is that you first of all analyze the entire population. You cascade it, you calibrate it along the lines of old, young, women, men, and along the lines of their religion too. So you don't just gather the same set of people somewhere and ask them questions. You do it in such a way that it cuts across, And perhaps it is possible that it was phone calls that was used, to put call across. You ask yourself the question, because we are also very concerned about those who are in the rural areas, whose level of enlightenment and awareness will not be as much as those who are in the urban centers. And we know that in this country, substantial bulk vote usually occurs not because of the wishes of the people, but because of the wishes of their leaders, because of the wishes of the people I choose to call political merchants. These are people who can point the direction to which people will vote. And at the end of the day, you will discover that what will determine, even the person who answers yes today, what the factors that will influence him on the day of election might be totally different. And you see, good enough, the government is trying to demonetize the landscape. Okay, and that tells you something. That is because there's a deliberate attempt to ensure that we shift from the monetization of our politics to less monetization. You can never eliminate money from our politics. So there are a lot of things to look at. It is perhaps an opportunity for people to sit down and look at it again. I see that the results, they are not diametrically at variance with some of the things that we have been saying. The truth is that Nigeria has been rigged. Why I say Nigeria has been rigged is that what is happening is ideological. Nigerians are tired of what has happened in the last 15 to 20 years, and they want change. Of all these people paraded, they are all the same, with only a slight degree of difference. And so, because Nigerians are seeking change, you will find that the preponderance of attachment will be to that one. For example, Atiku is not new, Tinubu is not new, Kwankwaso is not new, neither is Obi new. Obi just crossed from PDP down to Labour Party. So, you see, I keep on saying